Good morning, Mrs. Kealoha. I wanted to thank you for coming in today to talk about kainoa. I know it was difficult for you to get time off work, and I really appreciate you making this a priority. I know you live with extended family, and they help out watching kainoa while you work. You told me that your grandmother often watches kainoa after school, and they garden together. We could really tell how much he loves it, and his great-grandmother, when we made our class garden. Kainoa had lots of helpful tips to make our garden grow and lots of fun stories about Tutu. Who else is living at home with you? Oh, I see. So your husband Isaiah, your son Kali'i, who's 13, and your auntie also live with you. You told me your grandmother speaks Hawaiian and is teaching your sons the language, which is wonderful. Would you say that what would you say the primary language spoken in the home is? So it is English, but Grandma speaks Hawaiian. So do you think an interpreter would be helpful if Tutu wants to come in for some of the meetings for kainoa? I can arrange for one at no cost. Well, let me know if you change your mind. So I know that kainoa enjoys gardening. Is there anything else that you guys enjoy doing as a family? Oh, well, no wonder kainoa is such a wonderful artist. I didn't realize that your husband teaches art classes on the weekends. I now know where he gets his creativity and his drawing skills. You mentioned his brother Kali'i. How did the boys get along? 13 is such a difficult age. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that he's having such a hard time and that it's affecting kainoa. There's a wonderful program for kids called the Parenting Project. It's a 10-week program that helps parents learn step by step how to deal with their children who are experiencing behavior problems. Let me give you their information. Now, as you know, I called you in here today because I'm concerned about kainoa's reading development. Our school is using an RTI, or Response to Intervention program, to catch kids early before they fall behind their peers. There are 3 levels or tiers to the program. Tier 1 is for all students at our program. About 80% of our students will make progress with this level of instruction. Our students are screened 3 times a year for reading difficulties using the Dynamic Indicators of Basic Early Literacy Skills, or the DIBBLS program. This is one of the assessments that helps us to identify students that may need a little bit of extra help in learning all the skills they need to be strong readers. When we gave kainoa the DIBBLS assessment at the beginning of the year, he tested as at risk, so we've been keeping track of him and working with him in class to monitor his progress to see if he'd be able to make progress with the Trophies reading program. Tier 2 uses targeted interventions with small groups of 3 to 5 students to help them with the specific areas that they need help in. Kainoa's DIBBLS assessment showed that he needs a little bit extra help in letter naming fluency, which means he needs some help naming all the letters randomly, quickly, and accurately. Our goal for the winter was 30 sounds. Kainoa was only able to get 18. He also needs help reading nonsense words, where he sounds out a word such as bim or av, and he gets credit for each sound that he does correctly. Our goal is 17. Kainoa had 6. However, he has a very solid first sound fluency score. With a goal of 30, he got 31. I really believe that kainoa would benefit from receiving Tier 2 instruction in small groups 3 times a week for 20 minutes with our part-time teacher, as well as using our Lexia reading program on the computer for about 20 minutes twice a week. This is in addition to our regular classwork in reading, and he would do it during our small group instruction time, so he wouldn't miss any classes or additional time with his peers. We will monitor his progress and send home updates weekly for the next 9 weeks to see how he's doing. Tier 3 is an intensive intervention for kids that are not responding well to Tier 2. If we find that Tier 2 is not adequately helping kainoa, we can see if maybe we should have the team assess him to see if he needs Tier 3 interventions. If they agree, we may have smaller group sessions of 1 to 2 kids with our reading specialist for 20 minutes, 5 times a week, along with the Lexia computer program. Do you have any questions or concerns today? Well, if you do, if you think of anything at all, you can always contact me at this number, or you can email me. Of course, you can always set up a meeting for after school to talk in person. Thank you for being such a great parent, and staying so involved in Kainoa's education. It's really important that the parent stays involved, and I couldn't do this without you. Thanks again for coming in. I know your time is precious. Have a great afternoon.